So today we are going to be talking about zeros, similar to what Curtis shared with us earlier. So this lesson is called Zero's the Hero, and we're just going to do the beginning part of the lesson, introduce the vocabulary that we need to understand how to find zeros and factor and look at polynomials. So I'm going to write the learning target on the board, and I want everyone to write the target in their notebook as well. So target says, I can derive the zeros of a polynomial using factorization and then use those zeros to graph the function. So I'll write it. So, some vocabulary words that we're going to focus on today are derive and zeros, or zero. So, I want everyone to write down the word derive and zero in their notebook, and we're going to just take 2 minutes, and I want you to write silently what you think those two words mean. Definitions, you can break down the word into its syllables, figure out what you think those words mean in this context. Maybe try and use it in a sentence if you want. That'll help bring out the definition. That's not a sentence. Give you 1 more minute to finish up your thoughts. All right, is everyone ready? Okay, so now I want us, and we might need to do some moving in the classroom, but I want everyone to get in, well, how many markers do we have? Let's figure that out first. We have 3. There's 3 over there, 4, 5, 6. All right, so get in groups of 2 or 3, and I'll make sure that every group has a marker. And I want you to discuss with your partner or your small group of 3 what you came up with for the definitions and maybe some descriptive words of the words derive and zeros, and write your thoughts on the wall. So go to a space with your groups, get a marker. One of your markers. Does anyone need a marker? Okay. Anyone else need a marker? No? All right. Yep. I was just going to make I said it's no.
Maybe I'll just join you guys.
In the context of the
Are you guys working on them or do you want to work?
Oh, yeah.
polynomial idea, I was thinking it's like where the curve crosses the x-axis. That's cool. I didn't even think about that.
That's good. Do you mean to just steer polynomial or where the ground crosses the x-axis?
About an input that makes the output 0.
I know where your mind went.
What did you say about the graph where the
where the graph crosses the x-axis?
Okay.
No, I am too. Yeah. Okay, 0. Zero. Singular? It could be both.
What you already know.
What did you say, Curtis, there?
An input that makes the output 0.
Okay.
You know the tendency of something.
We got 0.
Drive.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I know like driving.
I said to determine or solve, but well, I don't
You
know.
like
It's like not
Everybody's
supposed to
word,
say
yeah.
0.
work down like
It says to where the graph intersects
this
the
must be a
x-axis.
formula.
I find the root.
Not in this.
To find the root.
If not, it's okay, we'll talk about it.
To find the root.
Another word to find the root.
Or breakdown.
I sort of said it's usually a step-by-step process, like clear drives.
You already know.
He's helping with my
I feel like that's the answer side.
And then it's like figure out the guiding principle or something.
Any others?
I want you guys to go move on to 0. Okay.
All right. You ready?
Can you guys think of another word for 0 in this context? Yeah, another word we use to describe it.
Okay.
So you guys think of another word for 0 in this context? What we might use one singular word to use where the graph crosses the x-axis.
I don't know.
That's good. Okay, write it down.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, it's kind of cool. Do you guys want to think of another word for 0? Or in this context?
If you're fine.
Okay. That you could replace in this sentence.
Getting missed calls from like really good.
Guns and bombs and cameras.
Well, I answered
If you can hear me clap once. If you can hear me clap 2 times. Okay, so I think everyone's had enough time to put their thoughts on the board. So we're just going to do an around the room, and I want you to share one thing from each of your lists, and then if another group has it on your list too, you can cross it off. So we've already talked about it. All right? Who wants to start? Anyway.
Sure.
All right, what's the group?
So we said for zeros, it could be where something equals 0.
Okay. Want to share one from derived?
Oh, for derived, we kind of put it all together, so it's to find, just discover, or solve for a solution.
Okay. Then?
So we also talked about it, but we specifically said it's where y equals 0.
Okay.
And then we called them intercepts. And then for derive, we talked about extracting.
Awesome. All right, Robin.
Our derive has been covered,
Okay.
but zeros can be used as a placeholder in numbers.
Well, I think for derive we said start with what you know, figure out something else. Yep. Or do you want 2 pieces of information?
Well, it meant something from 0.
We kind of talked about how it's can be a location, description of a location on a graph.
Okay. Great. This group?
For derive, oh, you going?
All right, go for it.
Derive, we talked about finding the root of something. in a step-by-step process. And zero, I mean, I feel like a lot has been said, but
Okay.
an x-intercept was a word we thought of.
Okay.
Yep, we're pretty similar to determine or find a result in steps, we do steps for derive, and then where the graph intersects the x-axis for derive.
Okay. So a lot of people talked about x-intercept. This group actually, so I pushed you guys to try and think of another word that means zero. So this group actually did it without even doing it. But so sometimes we call zeros the root. And when we're solving for zeros, we can say it's the root of the equation or of the polynomial. But x-intercept is also a great term to describe a zero. And so, to prepare you for your next lesson, I want to see what you know about foiling. So, on your exit slips, if you can just write down what you guys think FOIL stands for in math, not the aluminum foil that we use in our kitchens.
I remember this one. Outside, inside, my math teacher had like a rat. He was very weird. That's what my creative teachers say. We're just like weird teachers. And then my chem teacher sang to us with a guitar.
Does everyone have something written down? Do we need more time? All right, who wants to volunteer to say what FOIL means? Yes, Deb.
I just wrote down what each of them stands for.
Yep.
First, outer, inner, last.
So can someone say when we use FOIL? What are we doing?
Multiplying like two factors.
Yeah,
Or
so
more.
multiplying two factors that could be zeros to expand a polynomial. So that's what we'll talk about next class.